Welcome to this video on a month of mindfulness, a short video series of monotangles, all in black and white, which emphasize on the here and now with a pen. Today's tangle is a blossoming tangle with very short repetitive elements which create an individual features, and each of them build together to produce a bigger blossom. This isn't technically a tangle, maybe it's called a tango. It's a combination of two different tangles, and it's called Zunnel. It's one of my own that I began to build and play with as I was playing with two different tangles. One of them was Zinger, and the other one was Tunnel Vision. It's a friendly looking tangle with some drama. So with your very simple elements, just breathe in and breathe out, and then gently pick up your pencil. We're just going to draw a little orb right in the middle of your section or your tile. And we're going to use this as the basis to start drawing around. And so we want to start, funnily enough, with a little bit of drama. So I'm going to take the orb that I have drawn in the middle and pop it in a pen. If you can get another orb inside, pop one inside. If you feel that there isn't enough space, then feel free to do an aura on the outside and make your orb that's already down there the one in the middle. And then I want to add some drama. So I'll first of all leave a little orb inside and then fill the rest of that middle central orb with black. I've instantly got a little bit of sparkle appearing. So this one was an orb. What we want to do now is draw some around the outside edge. Not orbs, but a bit more oval shape, if you can. So I'm just going to draw one oval here. I will rotate the tile, or rotate the journal if you're working in one of those, and draw a few more, going around that center orb. And the lovely forgiving thing about this one with the drama is if your orb line just doesn't quite meet up, that's absolutely fine, because all we're then going to do is take each of these little orbs and repeat what we did in the middle. Fill them with drama and add a little sparkle orb inside each one. Don't worry about the rest of the tile, or the rest of the shape, or even the rest of the section at this point. Just focus on the little drama area that you're filling in each of these wee orbs, going around your central one. I will always rotate my tile, so you do that too. If you're working in a little notebook, might take you a little bit longer than normal, but that's okay. There's no prizes for coming first. When you're tangling, you're just focusing on here, right now, and filling that black orb. Once you've got all those and rotated round, we're now just going to aura around each of those drama orbs. I tend to always do it this way round because it means if I have a little oops with my colouring in or my fill, I can use that same oops and incorporate it into the aura line which I'm now drawing. And then the other tangle, as I say, that it came from was good old Zinger. And this is now where we want to use, instead of the orb shape, we want to use the C curve. And what I'm going to do with each of these little orbs that go around the center one, is I'm going to draw a little C curve that piggybacks off the one before it. Each time getting smaller and smaller until I reach my middle orb. Then I'll rotate the tile And do the same thing again, using that C stroke shape, each time getting smaller and smaller as they piggyback off each other until I join my middle orb. And perhaps you want to add a little bit of sparkle in some of those C curves. Just gently lift your pen off, hover over a bit, and pop it back down. Lift off, hover over, and put back down. Each time, those little C curves just getting smaller and smaller as they rotate round. Hopefully yours is building slowly, with a little bit of sparkle perhaps, or perhaps not. And once I have that first element come in, I'm now going to do the same repetitive thing all over again with another layer. I'm going to pop in my orbs that just go as if they were in between the previous ones that have already come out. You may not have the same number as me. How many have I got? 6. If you have 5 or 7 or 8 or even 9, that's absolutely fine. And then use the same simple way of filling each of those orbs with a little bit of drama. If you prefer, you can do each of these little elements as one go. So I will add my drama, I will add my aura, and then I will draw my little C curves that gently squeeze in between the previous ones until I don't want to squeeze a line. So when I can't reach any more in, I'll actually just pop a few line orbs until I reach a dot, and this one is just floating out. So whether you prefer to do the same elemental stroke, same elemental step to all of your orbs in one go, or whether you choose instead to do each of these little zonal elements in one go, it's entirely up to you. Find whichever way works better for you until you fill up the tile. As I say, if you have space, pop the ends in. If you don't have space, don't squeeze them in. Don't try and squeeze a line. Just gently use the space that's there, and if it's not there, don't worry. You may also want to employ a little bit of drawing behind. They may go slightly squiffy, and that's fine too. And once you have got as many of the little zonal elements as you want, I tend to, with my pencil, just pop a little bit of shading, maybe just on one side, perhaps where the sparkle is not. Maybe one side, maybe the other, maybe a combination of them both. And then I will gently use my tortillon just to ease that graphite into the texture of the paper, into the calming C curves that I've drawn on my little Zunnels. And perhaps, if you like, you might also draw a little bit of shading around your center orb as well, and then gently pull out in the background a bit from there with your blending tool. Gently, gently give your drama a little bit more focus to fill in. And once you're happy, maybe rotate it round, see if there's a right way up, not, and if there is, just decide where you want to pop your chop, add them in, perhaps repeat the drama and the little highlight elements if you wish. And that is the tangle or tango Zunnel. So with this tangle, allow yourself the second layer of spacing between, or perhaps you might incorporate a little bit of drawing behind. But as your little Zunnel elements all float away, perhaps you can relate that to having a thought on something else as you're drawing. Allow that other idea, just like these elements, to float away and bring yourself back to the present, the here and the now with your pen. So whether you've chosen to offset your Zunnel, or perhaps change the elemental stroke and gone with a cube instead of an orb, enjoy your shading, appreciate your work, add your chop, and have fun. And I hope you haven't floated off too much today.